Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be doing a video on the Brickmania SDKFZ 251 Awesome D plus Pack 40 with ambush camouflage. That's a mouthful. Anyways, this is a Brickmania kit that I've actually been looking forward to review for a while now. And yeah, before we talk about the actual kit itself, I suppose we should talk about the history of the model of the actual vehicle. So the Germans, in the early stages of World War II, they basically transported themselves around in two different methods. One, they used horses to move around, and two, trucks. The only problem with trucks is that on muddy terrain, usually trucks don't tend to work very well and usually sink on the mud, which is, not very good for the Germans. And they wanted to get a vehicle that could, drive around in the rough terrain and was armored and everything. So I guess, they started developing the half tracks. So they made several half tracks throughout the war. They had the SDKFZ 251, and they had countless different models of this thing. They had versions with cannons on it, like Pack 40s to take out tanks at close range. They took the guns off of Stug Osif Bs and put them on the side, which became known as the hanomag variant. They had all kinds of different models of these things. They also had different types of half tracks. They had the SDKFZ 250, the SDKFZ 11, the SDKFZ 10, and the 7. All kinds of different half tracks. So the Germans made a lot of half tracks throughout World War II, and that was that. This particular model is a late war. Well, this vehicle itself is not late war, but the particular model is. This is the Osif D, which was, used in the later war stage, and this, of course, it's got the camouflage. So, yeah. I actually want to talk about how I got this kit, because it's kind of interesting. I thought it would be a funny tale. So, I was just browsing one day around through Brickmania when out of nowhere I saw that this thing was on sale, and I flipped out because it was like the most abrupt, like the most random thing ever. And it's not like Brickmania had restocked them; it's shipped them over to Brickmania or something like that. No, they literally had like restocked them for no reason. I guess they found some in their stock and they wanted to get rid of them. And of course, I bought this thing in a heartbeat because I knew that was probably going to be the last chance I would ever get to buy this thing. And indeed, I was correct. So I finally have this thing, and I was very happy when this arrived. Very happy indeed. I actually did keep the box, which I don't usually do, but I figure for the sake of, review, I should show the box. So here is the box. Just pan the camera a little bit up. You can see there, SDKFZ 251 SFD plus Pack 40 and ambush camouflage. So yeah, very nice. You get the box there. And we get the German Balkenkreuz, and as you can see, it shows the advanced there, which I find it kind of cool how they still kept that in Brickmania kits. And this is, of course, the older style box, the ones they actually had to destroy to get inside. So yeah, and here's the back of the box. It shows like some features of the kit and some pictures of it. So it's very nice. And yeah, it's actually a fairly big box considering. I was not expecting the box to be really this big. The instructions I also kept are very clear and easy. So we get a photo of the actual SDKFZ itself in there. This is the hanomag version, as you can see, with the gun on the side. And then we actually get some info on the actual vehicle itself. And then, of course, the instructions, which, as usual, Brickmania instructions are fairly easy to follow and to understand. They're nice in color, and yeah, they're very good. All, pretty much Lego quality instructions. And then by the end, you get a nice big old picture of the model itself when you finally finish it. So, just show that because it's a cool picture. Yeah, there you go. So that is the packaging. Let's move on to the review. Alright, so let's start out and let's take a look at the kit itself. So before we begin, let's take a look at the minifigure, which does come with one minifigure, and it's just of a German soldier. Very nice figure. If it would focus, you can actually see. There you go. So it's a standard German printing for Brickmania, so front and back, as you would expect. Comes with a gunmetal style helm. He's got black gloves on and big black boots. I like this guy a lot. He kind of looks like the the winter uniforms, like the gray coats or something like that. Very nice figure. Let's just set that guy to one side here. Let's take a look at the pack 40 that comes with the kit. So, excuse me. Today my throat is really sore, so just bear with me. So here it is. Very nice. I like it a lot. I do have one issue with it though, that it is my version is a little bit fragile. The pieces on my version are very loose, basically. The actual cannon itself is fine, but the pieces are really loose. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, it's on tow mode, as you can see. So if I just pull that off, if I just pull these bricks off, you can extend the legs. And yeah, the legs on mine are very loose. So if I I'm not applying any force to this at all. As you can see, it just slides off. It's very loose. And I'm going to apply the same amount of strength to this one, and as you can see, it's not moving. So, yeah. Pieces are very loose on this one. The wheels do turn, though. They spin, which is nice. And the gun can elevate. So, it actually elevates a fair amount for an anti-tank, which is funny. So, it becomes artillery, pretty much. Yeah. That's nice. So that's a really cool gun. The only problem is that mine is a bit fragile, but that's not a problem with the actual gun itself. It's just my particular pieces are a bit bad. Move that to one side. Let's take a look at the actual half track itself. So here's the half track in all its glory. Very nicely detailed. They got the foliage on the side and the front of the half track here. Very nice detail. This thing is very nicely made. I love the way Brickmania did this. It's just a fantastic looking model. The wheels, of course, spin no problem. And the tracks also spin no problem. It's got an MG34 in here with a big old shield here to protect the gunner. Here is the inside of the half track. And I love how Brickmania did this. Let's see if I can focus on here. It's very realistic how they did this. Because here is, as you can see, the gun, which this is exactly how it would have been like in the actual thing itself. So here's the gun. You know, the gunner would probably stand over here or something. And then there's the driver. And they actually added in a steering wheel, which is really cool. So if I just focus on there. The steering wheel actually turns and everything. And if you look in the window there, the grid, you can actually look through it. So it's, you know, there's actually it's like a proper window in there. I don't know if my camera's going to be able to show that. I'm trying to show that as best I can, but as you can see, it is like a proper window, which is really cool. And then you can fit guys in there. I was able to fit approximately 9 guys in there. You know, driver, gunner, and then 7 soldiers or so, which is nice. The real life half track could fit up to 12 soldiers. So yeah, like two, you know, the driver, the gunner, and then 2 soldiers. So that's pretty cool. I like this thing a lot. Now, there was a problem with my model. It was an issue with mine, and that is the bottom. As you can see, there was parts missing with mine. As you can see on the bottom here, there's these Technic pins that hold up the wheels, basically. 2 of them came missing. 2 of them didn't. Yeah, 2 of them were not provided in the set, so I actually had to replace them with gray bricks, which I had in the collection, and it's a bummer that the parts were missing, but luckily I was able to replace them with my actual parts, which is wonderful. It's just a bummer that the actual parts of the kit were missing, but that's okay. So yeah, that is really it for this kit. It's really nice. I have very good verdict on this thing. So I guess size comparison, we can compare this to other vehicles. So here it is compared to the SDKFZ 250, which is another German half-track. As you can see, this thing is considerably wider and considerably longer. So yeah, you can fit a lot more soldiers in this version, of course. And here it is compared next to the American M3A1 Scout car. Yeah, this one's a lot wider, but they're roughly the same size. The SDKFZ is a little bit longer though, but they're a little bit more like mostly the same size. So yeah. All right. So before my final verdict, I did forget to mention one thing: is that the doors on the back here. I really like the way they built the doors. It's very clever. And let me show you, if I'll try to get them. So of course the door is open, as you would expect, and in there you can kind of see, if I focus in there and get good lighting, you can kind of see the way that this is set up. So these are basically, this is a oh, come on, focus, you can do it, come on, I'm trying to see if I can focus in this. There you go. So the actual 1x2 plate in there is connected by this little hinge piece, which is connected by another 1x2 plate, and then it's held up by this 1x1 plate with a stud. And it's actually a very effective way of keeping this at an angle and to prevent it from, like, you know, pivoting any further down. So it's a really neat feature, and I love the way they actually built it. It's very clever. Anyways, on to the actual verdict itself. This is a I have very positive opinion about this kit. I really like the way it came out from Brickmania. They did a wonderful job at building it. The only thing that sadly my model did not, I didn't like it that much, is that the quality control is a bit iffy on my model, and I got a little loose parts and, you know, 2 missing pieces. But I do understand that Brickmania is, you know, it's not like Lego, so the quality control, well, you know, they're a much smaller company than Lego, so the quality control sometimes can slip through the cracks, and it's understandable. But, you know, I was happy that I was able to supply mine with actual bricks needed, just in a different color. But that doesn't matter. At least it wasn't any, you know, substantially very important. Well, those are very important, but still, you get what I mean. You know, it wasn't like a huge piece here that was missing or something. Anyways, I would recommend this kit, but you can't really buy it anymore on the Brickmania website. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no instructions for this thing. The reason you can't buy it anymore on the Brickmania website is because this is one of their older white box kits, and I mean, this thing came out in 2015, so it's or 16, something like that. So it's very old kit, and you know, Brickmania, you know, they're not really restocking their old white box kits anymore. They're only doing their black box kits, their new ones, you know, because they wanted to change up their module and, you know, only do the black box kits and not do the old stuff because they want to remake it all. So yeah, so if you want to get this, you might have to look on eBay to get it. That's, I think, the only plausible way to get it. If you can find it though, be sure to buy it, because it might be the only opportunity you'll get to get this thing. It's a fantastic kit, and I totally recommend it. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.